Never stop reading the Bible. Welcome, everyone. Today we're doing a deep dive into the book of Ezra, specifically chapters 8 through 10.
That's right. We're looking at a really crucial period, the second group of exiles heading back to Jerusalem.
Yeah, picking up after that first return. And chapter 8, it jumps right in, doesn't it, with the people involved?
It does. It lists the leaders, the families, and the numbers are interesting. About, 1,773 men?
Which is, noticeably smaller than the first wave, maybe a third of the size.
Roughly. It does make you wonder, doesn't it, why fewer people this time? Maybe life in Babylon had become comfortable for some, settled.
Could be. But Ezra, he wasn't just counting heads. Chapter 8 shows him really preparing meticulously for this journey.
Oh, absolutely. He realizes they need more Levites, for the temple service. And priests.
And those temple servants, the Nethinim, he actually stops the group, right? They camp for 9 days.
Yes, by the river Ahava. Specifically to recruit these essential personnel. It shows real intentionality of restoring worship properly.
It really does. It wasn't just let's go back. It was let's go back right.
And then there's that moment before they set off. The fasting.
And entrusting all that wealth, the silver, the gold, the temple articles to the priests. No royal guard, just faith.
It's a profound act of dependence on God for protection on that dangerous journey. A real statement.
You really feel the weight of that responsibility. And then, thankfully, they arrive safely in Judah.
And what's the first thing they do?
Worship. Offering sacrifices. It's like breathing again, centering themselves immediately on God after the journey.
That's a powerful picture. But that sense of relief is quickly challenged, isn't it, as we get into chapter 9?
Yeah, chapter 9 hits hard. Ezra finds out about a major problem.
Intermarriage. Some of the people, and this is key, even Levites and priests, had married women from the surrounding pagan nations.
And this wasn't just, a social issue. The text links it directly to idolatry, bringing foreign gods and worship into the community.
Exactly. For a people trying to rebuild their relationship with God after exile because of, past idolatry. This was devastating news. A huge threat.
You see that in Ezra's reaction. I mean, it's intense. Tearing his clothes, pulling hair from his head and beard.
It's visceral. It's not just personal anguish. It's a public act. A shocking display meant to wake the community up to the seriousness of what they'd done. The covenant violation.
And that leads into his prayer, which takes up much of chapter 9. It's so raw.
It is. He doesn't just focus on this specific sin. He connects it to Israel's whole history of unfaithfulness.
Right, acknowledging God's grace and even allowing them to return, this small remnant.
And then expressing this deep, deep sorrow that now, after all that, they're falling back into the very things that led to exile. You feel the weight of history in his words.
It's like he's carrying it all. And his prayer, his public grief, it works. Chapter 10 shows the people's response.
They're moved. They gather around him weeping too. There's a collective sense of conviction, a realization.
And they pledge, to actually do something about it, to follow God's will.
It shows how powerful godly leadership, even in lament, can be. Ezra doesn't just pray. He then leads them in action.
Yeah, he gets the leaders together. They need a plan to deal with this widespread intermarriage. Must have been incredibly difficult, socially and emotionally.
No doubt. Very sensitive. But they call a big assembly in Jerusalem. Everyone has to come.
And they set up a process, right? A systematic way to investigate who had married foreign women.
Yes, involving local officials over time, because there were many cases. It wasn't rushed, but it was decisive.
And the chapter ends by listing the names. It's quite striking. Priests first, then Levites, then other Israelites.
It underscores how pervasive the issue was, reaching even into the spiritual leadership. And the accountability. Naming names shows the seriousness.
It really does. It highlights their commitment, however painful, to separating themselves from practices they believed compromised their covenant with God.
It's a challenging passage, really. It shows the complexities of trying to maintain religious identity and purity as they understood it after displacement.
A stark look at community reform and the hard choices involved in rebuilding.
Definitely. The focus on internal faithfulness, even when it required difficult, painful actions.
From the Center Studio.